My fingers were frozen. I couldn't feel them. I thought I had hypothermia. I was like, should I tell the paramedics? Hi guys, welcome back. So today's more of a little reflection moment. As someone who just ran her first long distance run, I did a half marathon. I learned so much about myself. Now, before I go ahead and jump into the next chapter, I really just kind of wanted to sit down and reflect on this past season of my life, because while it was just a race, it ended up being a lot more. Yes, it challenged me physically, but it also taught me how to fuel myself, how to listen to my body, how to push through mentally, what it really looks like to commit to myself, even when I'm trying to balance a 9 to 5 and just everyday life. So in this video, I'm sharing with you what I did, how I trained, what worked, what didn't work, and the biggest lessons that I'm taking with me moving forward. So for the last 2 years, yeah, it's been 2 years. I've been wanting to do this. And I kept telling myself, oh, yeah, I'm going to start this week or next week. And then the day of would come and maybe I would do it one day, or I would be like, do I really want to do this? The answer was truly yes. I was just never mentally ready to commit to this challenge. I know many of us are always trying to run on what we call motivation, the motivation to go and do stuff. Like you plan and then you're motivated to go get started. And sure, it works for like a week or two. Best case scenario, it works for a month. But then you hit a wall and then you're like, you're burned out or you're done and there's no motivation. And I think what many of us have been hearing, that it's consistency over motivation. Motivation is not going to allow us, or it didn't allow me to stick with my goals through the long run. Rather, consistency was what helped me. And this is what I learned in challenging myself to do this half marathon. You can achieve anything and everything you want in life, but all you truly have to do is commit. We can quote unquote do hard things. It's just about how much commitment you have and how you plan out your system for you to be able to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. Honestly, I also have my coffee here because coffee's life. And I'm like trying to get comfortable with this little mic. I could put it here, but then I need to hold something, you know? Anyways, so I'm going to start out with my training structure. So I follow a 12-week program starting November 3rd. You got to keep it simple here, okay? We don't need these apps. We don't need no. Just got your notes app, do the thing, okay? I typed into ChatGPT, my girl. I was like, "Hey, this is what my half marathon is. I am a beginner. Give me a 12-week program." And I gave her also my average mile just so like she knows kind of like where I'm at. I think I gave her like an 11-minute pace ballparking, and boom, she told me week by week what I had to do. I also said I wanted to keep my strength training to twice a week, just upper and lower body so it can help my core when I run. It's important to still do strength training if you can, like don't just abandon it. Incorporate it into your running plan. The plan consisted of 3 runs: an easy run, a tempo speed run, and a long run. And then, like I said, it also gave me 2 days of strength training. If I am looking here, is because this is where all my notes are, so I don't want to forget anything. So just a little FYI. What is an easy pace? An easy pace, it doesn't mean it's an easy run, okay? It's an easy pace. That means it's a conversational pace. It's like you and your girl, you guys running, you're catching up. How's your weekend? How's this going? How's that? What are your goals? What are we doing? Like it's supposed to be a pace that you're just running and you can also have a conversation throughout it. Now, a tempo or speed run is more of like a comfortably hard run. So you do want to like up your intensity. They're usually shorter. You're not going to be running like 8 miles at this tempo. You're usually doing between like 3 to 5 miles, nothing crazy. So you really kind of want to challenge yourself a little bit here. Now, a long run here is slow and steady. Focus on your pace, not on your speed. Girl, you are running for 10 miles. Take it easy. All you want to do here is just get your body comfortable enough to know what a long run feels like. Don't get too pace heavy here. Just like keep it friendly, keep it simple, silly, okay? Like we don't need to do the whole thing. Just go and do what you can. Don't like go so hard on yourself. Like I've been a runner in the past, but I haven't challenged myself throughout this whole marathon training with my time. I just wanted to cross the finish line. Okay, that was my goal. Now, There was also discipline here, and I think that's needed for any kind of goal. There were a course of many, many days that I did not want to go for my run. I mean, like, who would? It was dark, it was 20 degrees, I was tired from work, but I reminded myself, I signed up for this, I paid for this, I committed to this. Also, it helped a lot to have some accountability because my brother and my cousin were running with me. So it's like I couldn't back down. They were already committed with I'm the one that committed them. So it's like I can't be the one like not doing this. I literally told them, hey, let's do this. So not a cute look if I did that. So that really helped me. Let's talk about the fact that I signed up for my first half marathon in the middle of the cold of one of the coldest winters in the East Coast. Like, who approved this? Nobody wanted to stop me. Nobody was like, Michelle, you're being delusional. And I'm like, yeah, no, you're probably right. Maybe we should do this in the spring. But no, nobody did. Honestly, I did not think about it. I should have. But yeah. So, some tips here. Avoid a winter marathon. Like, I'm kidding, but like low key, it just makes it a lot harder. Another rule of thumb for running outside in the winter is that you should dress like it's 10 to 20 degrees warmer than it actually is, because since you're going to be sweating, you don't want to like your body's going to warm up. So that's why you want to dress like it's a little warmer out there. Also, I would suggest try running on warmer days or at times throughout the day that it's warmer, maybe on your lunch break or something like that. But honestly, if it's too cold for you, just do some on the treadmill. I mean, like that's not ideal because I hate running on the treadmill, to be honest. It's just like I can't. You know what's funny? They actually say, because I was like looking up, is it harder to run in a treadmill or outdoors? And they say running in a treadmill is harder mentally, but running outdoors is harder physically. So just like something that kind of like made me realize like, yeah, that makes sense. In terms of my nutrition, I ate a lot more and I did not feel guilty. Running is going to increase your energy demand. Your carbs equals your fuel. Also, protein is important because it helps rebuild your muscles, especially after a long run. When you're properly fueled, your muscles are going to store glycogen. What is glycogen? In simple terms, and trust me, I am not a nutritionist or anything like that. I'm just a girl who like loves to Google stuff. Your glycogen is basically like your gas tank in your car. It's where you store carbs. It's just like you're storing in there, so when it's needed, you pull in. Now, glycogen stores a lot of water, so the scale might go up. That's not fat, that's just fuel. Now, actual race day. Okay, so the race itself was 4 laps. I think each lap was about 3.27 miles. We started at around 11. Originally, it was a 9 a.m. Marathon, but then they delayed it because it was going to get warmer throughout the day. And a girl, I said it was like 2 degrees out there. So they were like, we'll try to help you out here. We got there around 10:15. We checked in. I swear to God, one of the hardest things was putting on your little bib because my hands were frozen and cracking and everything. And I'm just trying like with the little like pin to like pin it to me. And it was just like, it was a horrible experience. Like, I'm gonna get those magnetic ones if I decide to do another marathon again, because I mean I'm not gonna do it in the winter again. So if you are doing a winter one, get those magnetic ones, because that was like literally one of the hardest things, and I'm not even trying to be dramatic here. Like that, my hands were so cold that it carried on throughout the race, and it did affect some of my race. Okay, so once I managed to do that, me and my cousin and my brother did like a little light jog because you could not stand still, girl. You were literally gonna freeze. Then around 11:15, the race started. The first lap, I was done. My fingers were frozen. I couldn't feel them. I thought I had hypothermia. I was like, should I tell the paramedics? Like I genuinely had to like question my sanity. Like, should I tell the paramedics? Because from what I know from hypothermia, once it's late, it's too late. Like that said, there is no way of coming back sometimes from that. So first lap, I was like battling with myself. Do I need medical assistance? Do I not? And what I ended up doing is I ended up grabbing my fingers together. Like, let me show you. Hold up. So I ended up grabbing my fingers like this and running like this for the first 3 miles. And I would switch on and off because I recall like my cousin letting me know that they actually say the best gloves to run in is like mittens because your fingers are together and they keep warm like that. So I was like, okay. And that ended up actually working out. After the first lap, they finally got warm. Like I could feel them again. They weren't like, like stabbing me because they were so cold. Like I was back. I was like, thank God, I'm okay. I'm good. Second lap, I got my pace. I started warming up. Finally, my legs were warm. My body was warm. I was like, all right, cool. We're doing this. Was it windy here and there? Yeah, but we were doing it. Third lap, we were good too. After my second lap, because technically that's half my distance that I needed to do for the half marathon, I did eat some like nerd clusters to give me more fuel for the next two laps. Um, so third lap was great. I was like, oh, we flying, we doing it, we're all good here. By the fourth, it wasn't physical anymore, it was mental. I just couldn't imagine like still running a whole nother 3 miles. I just like my mind blocked out. And I will say during my training, during some long runs, I had those moments where I was like, I hit a wall. But what always carried me through, and maybe this helps you if you ever hit a wall, is knowing that I've trained for this. This is what I've trained 12 weeks for. I can do this. I've done it for 12 weeks. I put all my energy into training for 12 weeks. I'm not going to let this wall stop me. I kept thinking how good it's going to feel to get this done, to be over with, to not have to train for a while anymore. And it truly was a mental battle. And I think, sometimes your mind gives up before your body. So it's just reassuring and reminding yourself that you can do this, you can do this, and you can do this. And I kept going. Slow and steady, I kept going. And it was so nice at the end of the race, at the finish line, to see my support system, to see my boyfriend, my friends, my family. They were there to support me and my cousin and my brother. And that just felt so wholesome to me because it's like they out here in the cold, just watching and cheering us on. Like they don't have to be here. It's fucking cold, but they're here. And that like also carried me through the last lap, knowing like at the end of this, it's them and it's food and it's the end of this. Lessons I learned. A very important lesson I learned is recovery matters. Rest is not a weakness, it's a strategy here. You need to rest here to repair your muscles, regulate your hormones, especially as a woman, replenish your glycogen, and also avoid injury. Lesson number two, and this was probably my biggest lesson, and I'm happy that I've learned this lesson because I think now I look at weight loss and calories and the scale differently, is the scale is not the goal. This was truly one of the first times that I realized like the scale doesn't paint the full picture here. During my training, I was eating between 22 to 2400 calories. My maintenance, it's about 2000 to 2100 calories. I was not under eating. Here's why. During this time of training, your body is prioritizing surviving. This is a major stressor in your body physically. And now we're not even adding the stress of work, of just life. If you are in a deficit, your body's literally saying, we are under stress. We need more energy. Conserve. So if you're under eating, instead of your body burning fat efficiently, it's going to elevate your cortisol. So it's going to put the stress hormone all the way up. It's going to hold on to water. It's going to slow down your metabolism process. And it's honestly just overall going to reduce your recovery capacity. And you may actually look and feel softer, not leaner at all throughout this. And honestly, I wonder why. I was like, why am I like not leaning out? I'm exercising a lot more, burning a lot of calories. So long distance training increases inflammation. It increases glycogen storage, which we talk is the gas tank. It ups your water retention. Lesson here is when you're properly fueled, your muscles are going to look fuller and they're going to feel puffier. And that's not fat gain, that's just store fueled. Now, something I learned through my research is you're actually going to lean out after you're done with your training. And that's just because your stress levels are going to go down, your inflammation's going to go down. You're not really going to see a lot of changes during your peak training. So the scale shouldn't matter, okay? The scale will lie to you. Girl, you are putting your body under stress. You are running for 12 plus miles. That's like 2 hours of running. Like, if your body's hungry, eat. Eat carbs. Carbs are our friends. We love healthy carbs. Now, here and there, you can eat some unhealthy carbs. I did. I was eating some Five Guys, okay? And it didn't even affect me because my body needed this fuel so much. And lesson number three, consistency over motivation. I didn't always have the motivation to do this, but I knew if I wanted to do it, I needed to embody this girl, the girl who committed to this, the girl who ran 10 plus miles on a Saturday, the girl who ran in 20-degree weather. the girl who kept her word and didn't. That consistency builds trust in yourself. And that trust changes how you look at yourself and your life goals. Now you know that you can do it. There is nothing out there that's going to stop you because you've done it before. And I think that's so key because that's what's going to help you keep going. You're not going to be like, I can't do this. No, girl, you've already done it. So do it. Just do it. Just do it. Like, forget everything else and just go out there and do it. Even when you don't want to, that's okay. Go out there and do it because you're proving to yourself that you can do it. You're more capable than you think. You get to choose who you are. Every day makes up your life. It is the journey that matters, right? Not the destination. And they say that because at the end of the day, our journey is what shapes us, not at the end of who we become, but every single day going to who we want to become is what's going to shape who we are. It's what shapes you and what you remember. I didn't run 13.1 miles to prove anything to anybody. I ran it to prove it to myself that I can do hard things, that I can keep my word, and that I am capable of anything I want to achieve as long as I put my heart and mind into it. And if you've been wanting to start something, this is your sign. Go out there and do it. We only get this one life. So make the most out of it. There is never a failure, just a lesson learned. Because if you go out there and you do it, and let's say that day you aim for like 2 miles and you do one, that's okay. You did more than none. And then the next day you do 1.5. And then the following or 3 days after you do two. You build up to that goal. It's better than not doing anything and still being a zero, right? Anyways, thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for being here throughout this journey. And if you're on your own fitness journey, whether that's a 5K, whether that's a weight loss journey, whatever it is, comment down below. Let me know what it is. And let's go ahead and just support each other. I think supporting and building a community, it's so important, especially in this day and age where a lot of people are detached from human interaction. Comment what you're working on. I would love to cheer each other on. Okay, see you in my next video.